The first postseason game with 5 lead changes. There's the way it ended. Luke Weaver with a 4-out save as he gets Vinny Pasquantino to ground out to first. Ball game as the Yankees hang on 6-5. Again, the first postseason game with 5 lead changes. Garrett Cole gets banged around. Michael Walker gets banged around. This was a game with plenty of mistakes, plenty of second guessing, a little sloppy. It also was a game that featured 8 walks by Kansas City pitchers. And look, you know the next sentence is coming out of my mouth. You can't win a game when you issue 8 walks, especially in a 1-run game. Can't do it. Can't do it. You just can't. The Yankees take a 1-0 series lead. Alex Verdugo with the game-winning RBI in the bottom of the 7th after Jazz Chisholm stole second base. It was reviewed, and the call on the field stands. You be the judge. I thought he was safe. Speaking of judge, 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts. But hey, the Yankees get it done. Get some instant analysis back here with David Samson, former Marlins president, helped the club win a World Series in 2003. This was a game, David, where a lot of decisions can be second-guessed. Look, I'll take you back to the top of the 2nd inning. Salvador Perez waved home or goes through the stop sign. He's thrown out. Tommy Pham gets a sac fly, and you go, okay, no big deal. But in a 1-run game, and you're making these kind of mistakes, and you're issuing 8 walks, you can't win a ball game like that.
Well, I understand early in the game, we're going to have a philosophy that we're going to try to be aggressive. Salvador Perez would be someone who I would point out in our lineup we should not be aggressive with, sort of like the Yankees with Giancarlo Stanton. I'm not saying Perez is slower than Stanton, but I'm saying it would be close to a tie in a foot race. But you don't know what the game's going to look like at that point. Later in the game, when they're going back and forth with the 5 lead changes, you don't actually need to be that aggressive. Did it matter at the end? It did. It's a 1-run game. One of these strange games where both sides actually walk away saying, all right, I'm actually okay with this. The Yankees get the win they wanted. Kansas City can't play worse. You issue the 8 walks. You hold Judge to 0 for 4. You strike him out 3 times. That's a positive. But their pitching staff in general did not perform the way they're going to have to in order to win this series. So I believe that both sides leave today and they say, all right, let's get back at it on Monday.
Yeah, you're feeling lucky to be the Yankees to win this game. You remember in the top of the 6th, Anthony Volpe makes a great play, then throws the ball away. Maybe a double play ball, but you can't assume the double play. At least you get 1 out there. And then Garrett Hampson with a 2 RBI single to give them the lead. And then it's Austin Wells, the shooting star, who delivers in the clutch all season. But I want to have you take a look at the Jazz Chisholm play. He steals second. It's a high throw from Salvador Perez. Did you think he was safe?
I was positive the replay would have him out. Freeman was safe in the Dodger game, which we'll talk about. Chisholm was out. So I'm not sure I understand what happens in replay. It's something, a conversation I've had with people inside baseball. They are very sure that they're getting all of these calls right. But yet you look at these angles and you say, I don't see that. I don't know what the explanation can be. Now, in theory, I'm told there's more angles. They get more looks at it in slow motion, all of it zoomed in, whatever the case may be. That said, if you're Kansas City, I'm not looking at that as the reason why we lost. The Volpe error was nice, but no, the reason they lost, and you touched on it to start with, it's all about the 8 walks. It's just inexcusable. And frankly, when you hold Judge and Stanton to a donut, you've got to win that game. Soto does get 3 hits, but you've got to win when you hold them like that.
A missed opportunity for Kansas City. How about the work of Luke Weaver, who has come on and solidified the closer role for Aaron Boone's bunch? A 4-out save, 3 of them via the strikeout.
I actually thought it was great. Good job by Weaver. He's the closer. Used to be the long guy. What about Clay Holmes, the most maligned guy in the world? Maybe shouldn't be on the postseason roster. Definitely not going to be the closer. But when he can come in the middle and do 1 2/3, I think he went, and it was blemish-free, that is an outstanding sign for the Yankees, who don't have the luxury of what the Guardians have in terms of that sort of guaranteed lockdown bullpen. So I think the Yankees take a look at this, and they also look at Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole was hit hard from the top of the first batter. Every ball was hit hard against Garrett Cole. We've been saying it on HQ for a while. He's not an ace anymore, but you need him to be a top of the rotation guy at the very least. But to me, he did not look good tonight at all. And he's got to be absolutely wiping his brow with the sigh of relief that he was able to at least help his team get a win.
Did you just say that Garrett Cole's not an ace?
I do. He is not a current ace. Dermish, I want
Samson?
you to look at Cole. I'm not going to tell you there's 30 aces in baseball.
I don't
Every
need you
team
to.
does not have an
He's
ace.
the ace of the Yankees.
Yeah, okay. Now we're talking. Now we're communicating. He is the ace of the Yankees. That doesn't make him an ace.
So you're not.
Let me say it a better way. He's the #1 starter for the Yankees. That doesn't make him an ace.
So you wouldn't pick him if there were 10 aces in baseball. He wouldn't be in your top 10 of starting pitchers in baseball.
Today, no, he would not be. And I don't think there's one baseball executive out there who would have Cole as one of the top 10 pitchers in all of baseball right now.
Did he not win the Cy Young last year?
He absolutely won the Cy Young, but that was 2023. I'm trying to remember what year we're in, but I think it's 2024.
He's still dominant. I mean, he just didn't have it. All right. I'm just like this. The same with like. All right. Okay. All right. All right.
You don't have to give up the fight. Don't give it up.
I'm not fighting because I know I'm right. He's an ace. So I'm not going to argue with you because he's an ace. Like that's what I don't argue with. He's an ace. Go ask every Yankee fan. Go ask. You can disagree.
Well, that's who we're going to ask.
Fine.
Yankee
who
fans.
else do you want to ask? Because we have to have somebody break the tie.
I want you to ask all of the baseball analysts of CBS Sports HQ. Ask Will, ask Jim Bowden, and let's see if they categorize Garrett Cole today. Now we're quibbling because I'd like him on the mound. He is a bulldog, a fierce competitor. But when you watch him today, were any of his pitches that you saw ace-like in terms of their crispness? No, they simply were not.
They weren't, but he's had a little bit of a layoff, and I saw him at Yankee Stadium against the Guardians at the end of the regular season, and every pitch he threw was crisp, and that's a playoff team. So sometimes you just don't have it in your first playoff start of the season. But in the end, hey, the Yankees win it. So
that's it. The Yankees win it. And if you're the Royals, you got to win 3 out of 4 against the Yankees. It's not impossible. But this was a game they're going to look back on and say, "Oy, we should have had it," but we're going to try to stay positive.
Well, Kansas City sends its breakout star to the mound in Game 2, Cole Reagans against Carlos Rodon. And just like the New York Mets, the New York Yankees are finding a way to win. 5 lead changes. The first game with 5 lead changes in MLB postseason history. Hat tip to our friend Sarah Langs, and a hat tip to the Yankees as they take a 1-0 series lead again. Game 2 is Monday night.